You're going to have some really great changes going on in your sky, Virgo, when it comes to the work and career path, and it's going to look powerful, successful, and yes, prosperous with a dash of luck. At the same time that's going on, you're going to see breakthroughs in areas of your life that have to do with academics, foreign travel, book publishing, but even maybe breakthroughs when it comes to your philosophy about life, your spiritual path, and some unexpected surprises around father figure stories. Let's break this month down in a lot of detail in our half an hour or so together here today. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac and the whole sign house system. I put out 20 or 30 videos every single month. And if you're into that kind of all sign content, using astrology as a navigational tool to time your best life, you might want to try liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. Why the hell not? And the only thing I'm sharing is if you want to join my sky reading class, sky reader class in September, check out the description link below so you'll know how to get on the wait list. And if you love jewelry, handcrafted, one of a kind, this is example of porcelain and fabric and metal. My girlfriend Milena, I'm staying with her in Portugal right now, makes. And if you want to know more about how to buy or get some of her jewelry for yourself shipped to you, it's in the description box below. So, hey, I've been recording after COVID. I'm traveling Europe. Some of you know I was on the El Camino. So I'm coming to you from June the 18th, the recording early access ad free for my Patreon. And you guys will get this on Sunday, I believe, the 23rd. So let's talk about the sky. First of all, Virgo, it is a month in which Mars is very active in a very intense way. I'm covering this as the breakthrough, breakdown, break free energy for everyone in this all signs month ahead. For you, this is a story of Mars, the planet of change, directions, willpower, drive, and action decisions, etc., moving through your ninth house of higher academic endeavors, foreign travel, book publishing, and legal and court matters. When he's up there, he can look like your lawyer fighting on your behalf. And Mars has been in this part of your sky, your ninth house is called, your whole sign ninth house, since way back on June the 9th. And he stays there until July the 20th. So as he's plowing through the ninth house, flowing to your earthy Virgo self from earthy earthy Virgo to earthy Taurus, Torgo. He's like a bulldozer and he's giving you drive, ambition, will to succeed at something in the ninth house. Now, some of you may quit a religion. Some of you may fire up on all cylinders about a foreign travel land opportunity, but also it is an academic environment. My Virgo rising daughter can tell you she's plowing through her final term in her final year of her final university days, DAZE. So there's a lot of ambition and drive up there. But what's happening that has not happened since early August of 2022 is that Mars is joining with Uranus. And this is happening on around the 14th and 15th of the month. And this is a big deal. Now, number one, it may not be something on that day or two. It could be a week before or a week or two after. But there's breakthrough energy. Breakdown, break free, breakthrough, boom, surprise, intensity. Now, it can be so many different things, right? It can be mid-July, sudden, shocking, surprising, and breaking free opportunity for foreign travel, a legal breakthrough with a court matter, a breakthrough regarding an academic setting event. I'm going to qualify this as positive because it does flow to the earth of you. No, and if you're listening for your Virgo sun, you're listening for career and father figure matters and purpose matters. If you're listening for your Virgo moon, your mother and mother figures, your nest, your home, and your body. And if you're listening for your Virgo rising, it's everything about you being a Virgo rising. All right, it's your whole character, your whole persona in this reality called the matrix of life. And this whole sign ninth house is also about father figures in ancient Vedic astrology. And so father figures and unexpected shocking surprises in that regard can also show up on your doorstep around the 14th and 15th of July, but it favors you in some fundamental way. And we'll be dropping into that later as we go through the all signs bit by bit, month by month, but I mean like the details, but also subscribe to my channel because this is such a big deal. Having a Uranus and Taurus since 2019, last seen in the 1930s and early 40s, and Mars meeting every 2 years here is a once in a lifetime series of events. You want to understand the bigger picture. So join my channel. We'll do a whole couple hour video on this conjunction for all of you, including maybe a webinar. Okay. What about the other planets? What are they doing? Let's talk Venus. Let's talk Mercury. And let's talk Jupiter, right? So first of all, just remind us, Jupiter is a benefic, a Santa Claus, fairy godfather, moving through your house of career since early June of this year through to June 9th of next year. End of story, bottom line, you are going to be very successful in your career and reputation space. You're going to be lucky. You're going to get the job you need or the job you want. You're going to be able to expand in your career success. And this is continuing through to next summer. We'll be having some action from Jupiter as the sky progresses in the details of this month. So stay tuned. But in the meantime, I'm just saying, reminding you of the good stuff, right? What's going on that you want to keep going. Yay, me. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky in my work, career, and reputation. Keep that mantra alive on your refrigerator. And the bosses probably love you. Now, on top of that, Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, art and friendliness, peace, etc. She's moving in the sign of Cancer since back in June. All right, June the 16th, and she'll be there till July the 11th. So you're going to start the month with the continuing story of Venus's motion through your 11th house of good spirit, which allows for you to have benefits from an elder sibling, lucky breaks and allies and benefactors like friends and social groups, or someone who benefits you like an elder sibling who does a favor for you. So it's interesting. My daughter's sort of stepsister, her stepfather's elder child, her elder stepsister is maybe going to support her in helping to find a job at a company this woman works for. That's the classic energy of support from females, Venus, who benefit you in some positive, lucky Jupiter professional endeavor. That's an example. You. Venus going through your 11th house is allowing you to enjoy your social circles, friendship groups. You're having more fun. You might be getting more money and perks and rewards from your career. If you're in any way looking for micro celebrity or celebrity because you're in the online world, that expands your celebrity status as Venus has been moving through your 11th house and will continually do so until all the way through till July 11th. Then after July 11th, on the 12th, she enters into Leo, which is your bedroom pleasures place. Now, come on, if you want to have some pleasures by yourself or with anyone else in that intimate way, that's good for that, July the 12th to August the 5th. It's also good for travel for pleasurable reasons, especially abroad. It's also good for having backroom deals and negotiations involving women that favor you and for your career path. And it's also really good for anything to do with self-undoing, self-sabotaging habits and addictions being mitigated by a benefic. Now, while you might love your pleasure, she may be helping you find a refinement around overdoing substances that are not good for you or actions and self-sabotaging habits that self-undo, that ruin your own life. Your saboteur. So Venus here can help you, no longer be as hard on yourself. Mercury will be on July the 3rd, entering into Leo. That's where Venus is going. She's been before that in June and up till the 2nd of July. He's been in your socializing, friends and activities, 11th house, and also your negotiations you might make around your career salary, etc. But then Mercury joins Venus, right? He'll get there first, actually, in your 12th house. So I want you to consider these dates. Please write them down. Okay, get a pen or something, because Mercury will be in your 12th house on July 3rd. And, from July 3rd to the 26th, pay attention to your dreams at night. Look for opportunities for foreign travel. Look for opportunities to make money from foreign companies, foreign shores, and foreign entities. That's all happening. But what I really like is when on July the 12th, Venus is also going to be there with Mercury through until from July 12th, write that down, please, to July 26th. What a golden ticket time, July 12th through the 26th of July. We have both Mercury and Venus together in your 12th house. How would you want to use that? Travel, foreign shores, backroom deals and negotiations on your behalf, a complete ability to work on a project behind the scenes in order to have great success as an outcome from that project that you're doing behind the scenes. This is a good one, Mercury and Venus in your 12th house for actors and actresses, performers. And this can be getting an audition, getting a callback, getting a new role, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind for all of you performer types. And that's happening again, the golden ticket window, July the 12th through to the 26th, when both Mercury and Venus are sailing through your 12th house. And then Mercury will move into his home kingdom of Virgo, into your sign. You always love this. He's in the house of his joy, his first house. He's influencing you positively July 27th to August 13th. Now, you're going to be changing your mind a lot because he's going to be retrograding. Okay. So he's going to retrograde back into Leo, and that's your foreign lands and shores and all that stuff we talked about. And then he's going to come back into Virgo. So we'll be doing a whole conversation in a separate video about this retrograde. But just know that July 27th to July 31st, no, to July 27th to August 13th, he's still in Virgo. So your mind is sharp. Your communication skills are exceptional. You might rethink something because he will turn around and retrograde in your sign sometime between July 27th and August 13th. I don't have the exact retrograde onset, but that means you going back and rethinking something, changing your mind about something perhaps. But nonetheless, you feel good when the Lord of your sign is in the home domicile of you. And so you'll start to have a really good, solid sense of being in your own skin. And, anything to do with career and career opportunities, especially when it comes to hiring, human resources, guides, mentors, and favors from allies are all really juicy for you with this lovely space of Mercury's end of month, July 27th to 31st transit. Now, we're going to talk next about two things very briefly. We have a new moon on July the 5th, and it's going to be in Cancer. And it's a new beginning that can last up to 3 months. Give me a second. The door is banging again. In the sign of Cancer. What that simply means is you're having a new beginning that can be in the 2 weeks that follow regarding career gains, salary, job, workplace, colleague situations, a new beginning when it comes to some friendships and friendship groups of belonging. That new beginning is starting on around July the 5th, and you can expect it to unfold over 2 weeks and longer, 6 months. Then we have a second Capricorn moon full. That's called a blue moon, and that's happening at 29 degrees Capricorn on the 21st of July. We had a Capricorn moon on the 21st of June. This is a repeat performance, but this Capricorn full moon is in your 5th house of romance, love, and children. And it may connect you to creative and entrepreneurial activities as well. It's a full light, though, in the house of romance and sexuality, a full light in the fullness in the house of pregnancy and fertility. These and in the house of your children. There may be a way of your children being illuminated and you seeing them in a new way, or your sexual and romantic life being witnessed and seen in a new way. And also, all full moons can bring completion, and you may be ending certain situations too with children, romantic love, creativity, and entrepreneurship in the 6 months that follow the full moon anaretic karmic degree of the 21st of July. Now, let's keep going. I had COVID. I'm a little foggy. I've been making some mistakes in some of my videos. I don't have the bandwidth for editing. They would have been done a lot earlier had I not had COVID, but I didn't have a chance to record them because I was sick. So I'm asking for gentle kindness. Thank you. And that's why my throat's scratchy. I think I'm talking. Okay. So first off, let's break down the chronology of the month ahead. The first 3 days of July, Venus is trining Saturn. What do we like about that? Well, first of all, we like where Venus is sitting. She's in Cancer, the house of great gains, revenue and salaries from your income sources of your career, reputation, fame, celebrity, red carpet moments, all of that. And she trines Saturn. Well, did I say trines? Yeah, trines Saturn. And Saturn is in the 7th house of legal contracts and deals, marketplace, and audience. Now, this is definitely really good for a stabilizing of your audience and marketplace connections, if you're online especially. This is also good for a kind of financial glow up connected to a legal agreement, a very steady and firm contract and handshake around some opportunity, likely connected to career with Jupiter in your 10th house. And then at the same time, you will note that while Venus is flowing to Saturn, Mercury also in Cancer, which is great for negotiating new jobs, terms, salaries, income, or for socializing with friends, Venus and Mercury in Cancer, socializing with friends and elder siblings. This is happening again July 1st to the 4th. Mercury is also trining Neptune, also in your 7th house. At the very best, you're getting along swell with a significant other in social settings or increasing your financial gain through negotiations and deals to do with work and career aims. And then on July the 4th, Mars is flowing in a sextile to Saturn from the sign of Taurus. Now, Mars is going to help you here because he's eventually headed for that breaking through on the 15th. But at this point, what Mars is doing is he's talking to Saturn in your 7th house. There could be some travel plans with a significant other that are being taken or planned around July the 4th. There can be a trip even taken with that significant other. There could be some kind of stability in your long-term relationship connected to spiritual philosophy. There can be some changes in your academic setting that also impact your relationship, but they're all very positive. You may win in a court case and be able to settle something in a negotiation, mediation, handshake, or deal. These are all matters of positivity on July 4th. You may have some exciting positive decisions you need to make around academics, including acceptances at universities and legal contracts to say yes. Those are like July 4th, a day or two on either side, energetically happening. On July the 8th, Mercury will sextile Neptune and Venus will sextile Uranus. Let's talk Venus. Happy surprises, love and money. Why not? Well, given that Venus is in the house of income from your career, 11th, and great gains and pennies from heaven, and Uranus is surprises in the 9th house of God, let's go through it. Human resources calls you back and you've got the job. The headhunter tells you about the most ideal job situation and thinks it's just for you. Your academic results take a turn for the better and you end up celebrating wildly. You end up looking at a legal court matter benefiting you financially. You have a surprise regarding a travel opportunity with a friend. These are kinds of light but sweet energies playing out through your sky on July the 8th. Whatever this Venus-Uranus surprise and goodness is about, you're also going to see it take place again later on July 16th to the 18th when the sun does this very same thing. So we're looking, to me, it looks and feels with Jupiter in your 10th house, a lot to do with career. And the 9th house is those human resources. It's the interviews. It's the auditions for the acting. It's the things you do before you get the job. And you're looking like there's this really a beautiful time for you, especially, as I said, July 8th, give or take a day on either side, and July 16th, the 18th. The sun will solidify whatever the surprising positivity is of July the 8th and maybe make it a real thing, especially if it's about your career. Now, Mercury on July the 8th will flow to Jupiter. Mercury and Jupiter are having a positive, commercially successful conversation. Mercury's in Leo, backroom deals and negotiations, foreign lands and travel, and in revenue generated from far off foreign shores and lands, and Jupiter career. So career success. Don't forget, Mercury's a negotiator and a deal maker, and Jupiter's in the boss career space. So what's been going on behind the scenes that's benefiting you, and surprisingly, you're winning the day in some kind of stories to do with your work career and lucky breaks, basically. All right, July the 10th to the 12th. Cancer, Sun, 11th house stories, whole sign house, 11th house. A lot of focal energy up there with that sun flowing to Saturn on July 10th to the 12th in the sign of legal contracts and negotiations. At the end of the day, you may be very fortunately experiencing a lucky break, and that requires a contractual agreement. And it probably is, with that sun, career related. If it's not about your career, it's something going on with your significant main partner and some lucky breaks that they're having from the house of good spirit. They can look like a windfall or some kind of success on their story, especially when it comes to their money and their career matters. And you're looking at their success and cheering them on. When is that happening exactly again? July 10th to the 12th. When the sun is in Cancer, so is Venus still. And Venus in Cancer in your 11th house, which is great for celebrity and your own career gains and your own financial luck and enjoyment of friends. Trines Neptune in the house of your significant other. A dreamy contract in your own career path, your partner's dreamy contract in their career path. Some legal deals and negotiations that benefit you like a financial windfall. And elder siblings as well, especially female, benefiting you greatly around July the 10th to the 12th, when it comes to matters to do with your long-term committed love story or how you put things into the audience and marketplace for your business, including clients. Some real glowy energies there, financially and otherwise. And then when we move into July 12th, Venus will move into the sign of Leo. And at the same time, over the 2 or 3 days that follow July 12th, she'll be in a tension with Pluto. This is money and love stories, Venus and Pluto, power and control, but also betrayals and secrets, and sometimes the darker side of toxic love. But because it's happening with Venus in your 12th house and Pluto in your 6th house, it may involve work situations. And it may be also involving matters to do with health and addictions. So health, addictions, and work situations. But hidden enemies are the 12th house. Venus is usually female. So toxic emails, phone calls, or text messages in the workplace from people who don't have your back. Control and power struggles are possible as well. You're looking at that happening for only a short period of time, July 12th through the 13th. It's the only contrary story of any big note during the month ahead. So breathe through it. It will pass. I have to say, Pluto can be about secrets in the workplace as well, and toxic spills of secrets coming out, especially with Chiron in your 8th house. And so, quite often this kind of 12th house, 6th house stuff is karmic as well. And so you're burning off some karma here. Best way to get through this is just breathe. Just breathe. Certainly sexual betrayal secrets as well, but only if they're connected to work was most likely coming through the storyline. The boss said, I have eyes for you only. And next thing you know, they're sleeping with someone else in the workplace as well. I don't know, making stuff up, but that's all possible. Pet stories, pets belong to the 6th house. Pluto is there. And possibly we're looking at some stories to do with animals and pets that are difficult and challenging for you. But mostly I'm going to say this is work matters and maybe health, especially if you're undoing addictions. You might be having a come to Jesus moment with an addiction, maybe the hangover from hell, maybe a blackout, maybe you did something under the influence of some substance abuse and you're really regretful. There'll be a lot of toxic shame going on with that vibe. So be careful for overdoing your indulgences for sure. You don't want to wake up in the bed of somebody other than your partner, right? So be careful. I'm just warning everybody who is a Virgo about the overindulgences and the things you can't always undo from toxic substance abuses, July 12th, 13th, and 14th. On July 14th and 15th, Mars, Uranus conjunct in your 9th house of God. What are the breakthroughs, breakdowns, and break frees you with father figures, spiritual beliefs and philosophy, foreign land travel, book publishing, and maybe legal and court matters and academic environments. Breaking through, breaking free, breaking up. All right, those kinds of things. On July 16th to the 18th, the sun follows up with what Venus was doing on July the 8th. I mentioned this earlier. You're just seeing something really powerful and very positive happening in your career gain story, and it's really solidifying. For example, you get the job offer July 8th and you sign the contract to start work on July 16th or something. Those two things are connected, but the element of Uranus brings a delightful surprise or positive shock of some kind. On July the 21st to the 22nd, we're going to see a couple of things happening. Just before we get there, let's go the 19th to the 20th. Mars is going to come into a flow to Neptune. Now, Mars will be at the very end of your house of great gains from your career and your reputation and colleagues and coworkers, and he's going to flow in a beautiful, did I say Mars? Brain, come back online. Mars will be in the sign of, sorry, let me reframe that. Mars will be in the sign of Taurus, flowing, I apologize, to Neptune in your 7th house. So Mars flowing from your 9th to Neptune in your 7th is a little bit like what was going on earlier in the month when we saw Mars flowing to Saturn on July 4th. But now it's Neptune. Mars-Neptune is cutting the fog and confusion or illusion and delusion about your significant long-term love relationship or a dreamy, lovey opportunity for travel abroad, or changes in the marital status to do with foreign lands and foreign shores, visas and passports, or some powerful opportunities for the one you love to connect with foreign lands and shores in their own endeavors. And again, we're looking at that energy, the 19th, 20th, or so of July. But then on the 21st, 22nd, Mars moves into the sign of Gemini. And from the sign of Gemini, Mars is now in a relationship to Pluto that is twice in a lifetime. You're going to get another 112 years from now. In a general sense, Jupiter is luck and opportunity, and he's in your 10th house, protecting the storyline of your 10th house. And then Mars moving in to the early degrees of your 10th house flowing back to Pluto is taking the wind underneath the wings of Jupiter's luck and opportunity, right? You'll get this Jupiter-Pluto trine again, as I said, in approximately 12 years. And you're going to have decisions and actions happening basically around July 21st and 22nd that are about career power, career change, career decisions, and work. Pluto in the house of work. So to me, it feels like you're reaching the top of the sky with Mars, and that can be, I'm quitting this job, I'm ending this job, I'm leaving this job, because it's the most powerful and blessed thing I can do for myself, Jupiter up there too, so that I can be authentically powerful in my sixth house of work and service. And I can authentically power into burning up my karma. So there's some changes in your work and job situation. That'll be true anyway with Mars and Gemini through to September 5th, starting on July 21st. But it kicks off with Mars trine Pluto, which is powerful, personal and divine willpower blending together. And with the Jupiter trine, a sense of authentic wealth yoga forming. So Mars isn't participating in a kind of loose wealth yoga here, asking you to look at authentic work, service, power, and wealth, ambition, goals, and achievements, and asking you to make the changes and decisions needed in your career space to go in the deepest powerful direction for your success. Again, July 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Now, there's a little bit of a backdrop. At the same time, we see Mercury square Uranus, a surprise, an unexpected development. And Mercury in your 12th house is that same old hidden enemies, places where you're blindsided, emails, phone calls, and communications connected to work or work colleagues, perhaps because it's opposite your 6th house. And it squares Uranus, a surprise or a shock regarding courts or legal matters, academic stories, or things perhaps 9th house to do with foreign travel and foreign lands. It's a small deal. It's a short-lived event, and Mercury always squares Uranus anyway, twice a year, so it's not the biggest deal possible. Just a little fly in the ointment, that's all, with a little surprise. July the 24th to the 28th, Mars will track with the sun by every degree the sun moves. Mars is moving a degree a day as well, which is unusual. This means that there's a constant flow called a sextile between Mars and Gemini in your career space and the sun in Leo. All I can say is this one is favorable in the sense that any backroom deals and negotiations that are going on for you regarding career objectives are successful. July 24th to the 28th. Travel for foreign countries for work, successful. Opportunities from foreign entities and foreign countries for work success, yes. Because Mars is in the 10th house, someone else may quit the job, leave the job. So the boss quits, you rise up, that kind of thing. And backroom secret deals and negotiations of the 12th house, there's a stellium there, guys. There's the sun, Mercury, and Venus are good for your career. If you're an actor, actress, golden ticket time, July 24th to 28th for career success from things to do with like auditions and all of that. So all said and done, you're enjoying the career glow up starting July 21st to the end of the month. And for a lot of you, if you're in an existing work and career space, things just are getting better for some reason. So keep that in mind. Now, thanks, Virgo, for listening. Don't forget, if you're liking and subscribing and hitting my notification bell, you're supporting this channel to continue on. Without your support, this channel can't grow. Without the channel's growth, I can't do this as a living. So if you like my channel and you just always listen to me but haven't subscribed yet, would you consider subscribing? Come join my Patreon community, early access ad-free. They're getting this video today on June the 18th. My lure for you to come join is 2 free courses, Chiron, the Key to Purpose, and Synastry, Are You My Person Relationship course. You come, try me out for 1 month. You don't like what I do there for the cheapest $5 a month tier, no ads, access, early access ad-free, you can leave. And you get to keep the gifts. I have no problem with that. It's really just an enticement. We call that an ethical bribe or a lead magnet in order for you to see if you like my Patreon community, where about 350 of us have more intimate contact together. All right. Thanks for listening. I wish you the very best in the month of July. It is not a hot seat month, nor really was June, although we do have that Mars Uranus conjunction to work through. All right, ciao, ciao. Bye bye, guys. Enjoy the month. Oops, I have to sign off.